Can you get funded as an LLC? Well, that's exactly what we're about to dive in today during this training. We're going to talk about what an LLC is, how it's different from other entity types, and what you need to know to get maximum funding for your LLC. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. All right, so let's start with the beginning. What is an LLC? Well, an LLC by definition is a limited liability company. So there's a lot of different types of entities out there. The first of which is like a sole proprietorship, where you are as an individual are starting your business. Now you want to avoid this entity type at all costs because it's the hardest to be able to get funding for. Next, we kind of look at this in between, which is an LLC. And an LLC is different than a sole proprietorship because you're not just the business. You're not liable for everything that happens in the business. You're starting to create some separation between you and the business and limit your personal liability because the business can stand on its own entity type. And it's kind of an in-between of a sole proprietorship and a corporation, where a corporation is owned by shareholders versus an LLC that's owned by usually one or more actual individuals. Now you have an idea of what an LLC is. Let's talk about getting funding for an LLC. So there's 3 important steps you need to know to maximize your funding as an LLC. The first of which is you got to set up your business where it's legitimate, where it's credible. Look, most entrepreneurs get denied for credit, denied for financing, and they think it's like their income, or they think it's due to their time in business or their credit scores. Well, the majority of applications that get denied are not denied for any of these reasons. They're actually not even denied because you don't qualify. They're denied because you just don't look credible to lenders, credible to credit issuers. Now, lenders call this fundability, and it's kind of like their secret formula of criteria that you must meet. If you meet the criteria, well, then you get pre-screened offers and automated approvals. But when you don't meet that criteria, that's oftentimes what gets you denied. So the first step in maximizing your funding as an LLC is that we want to make sure we set up a fundable business. So you need to have the entity set up with your Secretary of State. You need to get an EIN number because that shows a lot of credibility, and that's how you're going to build business credit as you grow the business as well. You need to get a separate license for the business, have a separate bank account for the business. And really, you want to separate everything from you and the business. The business should have its own address, not your home address. It should have its own phone number. It shouldn't be a mobile phone or a home phone number. And it needs to have a professional website, professional email address that's not like a Gmail address as well. So every aspect of setting up that business must look credible. It also must be congruent. It must be the same. Otherwise, you're going to get denied because lenders will think the application's fraud because what you're putting on the application doesn't match everywhere that they look. So you've got to make sure that this information is set up where you're credible. You've got to make sure it's consistent. And if you've done that, well, congratulations. You're one of 3 steps down to maximizing funding for your LLC. Now, the second step is we need to start building business credit for you. And there's a couple reasons we want to do this. The first reason is because it's easy money. It's fast money. Okay, business credit is money that you can get even if you don't have collateral or you don't have good credit or you don't have cash flow. Basically, the things that will normally get you denied for loans and credit lines won't get you denied for business credit. It's money that any business owner can get. But the other benefit of building business credit is that it helps you become more lendable. It helps set your business up where you can better qualify for loans and credit lines as well. And there's really a third very important reason you want to have business credit, and that's because the money you can get through business credit funds like 85 or 90% of whatever it may be that you need in your business. So maybe you're an over-the-road trucker and it buys your fuel cards and helps you actually purchase trucks, or maybe you're in credit repair or an attorney or an accountant or financial services where it can help you get computers and printers and paper and furniture. Whatever the needs are for your business credit can buy about 90% of that. So you have an easy way to get money. You have the ability to get it quickly and then be able to use it to fund 90% of what you need for your business, and then build a business credit profile that makes you more lendable. A lot of reasons you want to build business credit, and that's why it's the second step in maximizing funding for your LLC. Now, the third step is let's start getting you money. Let's start getting you loans and credit lines. And the way that we're going to do this for an LLC is that we want to make sure that we understand the 3 C's formula. And here's how it works. Lenders want to see one of 3 C's. If you have one, you can usually qualify for funding, even if you don't have the other 2. Now, the 3 C's are cash flow, credit, and collateral. So if your business has about 6 months or more of consistent cash flow of like $5,000 a month or more, well, congratulations. That unlocks a whole category of funding that's available for you. Now, let's say you have good personal credit or a credit partner, a friend, a family member, somebody that'll work as a signer for you. Well, then that opens up a whole category of funding that's based on consumer credit. Or business credit is also in that credit category as well that you can unlock just by starting the process of building business credit. And the third category is collateral. And almost any asset you have that you can think of will work as collateral, whether it be stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, inventory, equipment, real estate, vehicles. Heck, you can even use cryptocurrency as collateral to be able to qualify for funding. So if you have one of those three C's, well, congratulations, you could probably get lending right now. But if you don't, then that's even more reason that you want to build your business credit. And there you go. Those are the 3 steps to maximize funding for your LLC. If you want to learn more about the first step, getting yourself set up the right way, then make sure you check out creditsuite.com/fundability for our free training on everything you need to know to set up your business where you're fundable. Look, when you do this one thing, that will start unlocking the doors to automated approvals and also pre-screened offers. It basically gets lenders and credit issuers to chase you instead of you chasing them. So make sure you check it out at creditsuite.com/fundability. And if you got value from this training, make sure you like and subscribe and keep your eye out for our next training where we talk about more cool ways to get the money you need to start and grow your business.